All right. Welcome back to the show, guys. Doing my best Matthew McConaughey impression there. Please don't leave if that's a terrible impression. It's okay, it is, and I understand and will accept that. But anyway, go ahead and stop yammering. We got a cast on the cards for you guys today. It's on Dunes of Arrakis. 5v5 map, very fast-paced map. If you guys haven't played it, definitely check it out. There's usually a couple people hosting it. Hosting this map in the custom game section. Always lots of good action, so it should equal a pretty good cast. So we'll go ahead and drop the speed down a little bit and get this sucker kicked off as we introduce the players. Okay, so team one is up here in the upper right-hand side, if I can tell my right from left, and team two is down here in the lower left. So starting off with team two, because I feel like it and it's out of order, starting off with Satori 5803. He's going UEF, starting off first land, and as yet undecided about what he is going to be building next. Then to his right, we have Prince of Love playing the Seraphim. He plays Seraphim a lot. This is a good guy, good host. If you guys are ever looking for a good custom game, he usually does a really good job of balancing and accommodates parties really well. Good guy all around. But he's going Seraphim, going first land. To his south, we have Gachik going Seraphim as well, opening first land. And wow, lots of Seraphim. Okay, so we got Rayquaza. Love the Pokemon reference, even though I was a Gen 1, Gen 2 guy and never really got into Gen 3 quite as much, but still love the reference. Going Seraphim, opening first land. And last but not least, in the rearguard air position, we have Droom playing Cybran in the air position. Interesting choice. Hopping up here to team two team one. Never mind. That's right. We did it backwards. We have N293 playing as Seraphim. A lot of Seraphim in this match. We have Noob Dragoon playing as Cybran. To his right, we have 000, we'll call him 000, going Seraphim, opening first land as well. Down at the bottom, we have Retro Snow opening first land. And we actually got a ladder match, I think, against Retro Snow somewhere else on the channel if you guys can find it. And then last but not least, Tibet going rearguard air position and also playing Cybran. I don't know if Cybran Air is like good all of a sudden, but I've always felt like Cybran Air just doesn't necessarily hold up. So we'll go ahead and kick this up to regular speed as these guys are finishing up their first factories and sending out the first scouting units. And we will take this opportunity to shamelessly plug my channel and to thank everybody who has shown support for the channel. I really appreciate it. Any comments, likes, subscribes. You guys might not realize this, but it does mean a lot to me to know that there are people out there that enjoy my content and enjoy my humor, because that's really what I want to do, is help people to enjoy this game, because I think it's an amazing game, and I think it does not get the credit that it necessarily deserves. So I will get down off of my soapbox. We got first Selen coming out from Gachik at the bottom left, and everybody else is really just getting kind of their handles around their eco. On this map, usually we see comms going out really quickly to the front. And we're seeing kind of a similar effect here. Multiple factories queued up here for 000. Got a couple land factories queued up front. And it looks like our friend Noob Dragoon is going to be working some expansion as well in this middle section, but electing to keep his column in base and centralize a lot of his manufacturing. Zoom back out, Tham is accompanying the Selen to the front line, so it looks like Gachik is looking to really push the pace of this game. Talking about the ratings, it looks like we've got everything from 400 on the lower side of 000 all the way up to 1700 with N293. So everything really from Joes to pros, as Guile would say, on this side of the map. And this map does allow for, I think this map does a really good job of mitigating some of the higher skilled players and can make for some really interesting games. And maybe mitigating is the wrong word, but can make for some really interesting games, even if there is a little bit of a skill mismatch between the two players, because it's just an extremely open map and there can be lots of wheeling action that can happen between the different lanes. 000 is continuing to expand out. Same kind of thing we see from Retro Snow. He's looking to just send his commander straight to the front line. And have engineers kind of pick everything up on the back end. Incidentally, there is a good amount of reclaim on this map. If we just hold Control Shift, we just basically occlude the entire map with little green dots. So lots of reclaim on this map to be had. We can see Retro Snow's already got engineers going out to collect this, as well as Noob Dragoon and N293 up at the top. The Mech Marine is going to try and get in behind N293, and we have kind of our first clashes over here between a couple of Mantis and some Mech Marines from Satori 5803. The Mech Marine will not fare very well against the Cybern Mantis. And Rayquaza looking to not waste any time, going for gun upgrade at 3.5 minutes. That is insanely fast, but he does have pretty good power production and is building energy storage. So we'll see if that's a pretty bold strategy. We'll see how it works out for him up against Retro Snow down there in the southern lane. Stealth as well coming out from Noob Dragoon. Pretty popular upgrade on the Cybern side these days. As I'm casting games, I'm seeing a lot of that. Pretty invaluable to be able to hide your commander from radar coverage if people are looking to do gunship snipes or something, attack missile snipes, anything like that, which is very common on this map with how open it is and how much reclaim there is. Retro Snow just really very fearlessly and very much in your face, setting up manufacturing really in the corner. I'm not sure how that's going to work. It looks like this area is going to be pretty open. I don't know. He's going to have to wheel a lot of units to manage this kind of lane right here. Push coming in from Noob Dragoon, looking to exploit the Prince of Love and set up a numbers mismatch between the space socialists and the teleporting aliens. Little Selene just wailing away at this mass extractor. Already vetted because it has 1 kill. It's the bright side of the scouts. Gun speed and range done for Rayquaza down here at the south. Really just everybody getting comm upgrades and making sure that they are ready to go, ready to rock and roll whenever the action starts here in a few minutes. Gun speed and range coming out from Prince of Love. And Noob Dragoon really not letting up on this pressure, looking to take out some of Prince of Love's mass extractors here. Satori is moving to assist, even setting up some factories off of Prince of Love's mass extractors, trying to buy him a little bit of time to finish that gun upgrade. And we also see gun speed and range coming out from Retro Snow over here on the eastern side of the map. And Satori finds himself entangled in a couple of mantises, but should be able to extricate himself from that situation relatively easily. From an eco perspective, it looks like it's bouncing back and forth, and that's to be expected with how much reclaim there is on this map, but Team 1 definitely getting the better of it in eco so far, 37k to 32k. So that should translate into better upgrades and better pressure. We can kind of see that from Retro Snow, just spamming T1 factories out the wazoo, looking to really put a lot of pressure on this southern side, and we're not seeing near as much factory spam, although we are up to T2 from Rayquaza, so we could see some Ilshivas that could level the playing field somewhat. The pressure from Noob Dragoon continuing to fire his musket or his carbine or whatever Dragoons used back in the day. Not being nice at all to the Prince of Love, not being very lovely. This little cliff is causing some issues. Retro Snow arguing and losing with that little dune right there. But you can see a significant difference in spam on the southern side between Snow and Rayquaza. And Snow actually looks like he's ready to catch Rayquaza in kind of a sticky situation here. Lots of T1 spam looking to surround, and his spam is looking to assist. Drum is flying over interceptors to make sure that there's no air snipe, but both of these guys do have gun, I believe, so it should be an even fight with comm to comm, but there's a lot of spam here for Retro Snow. signaling to his air player to kill Rayquaza. He was actually very appropriately colored as a green player. The spam is moving in. We can see if Retro Snow gets in range. He does. He starts laying into Rayquaza's comm. That Zephamp upgrade is not too nice to Rayquaza on that side. Spam continues kind of to flood in, and I think that we're about to see kind of our first ejection. I use kind of way too often. Kind of an idiot. Whoa, never mind. Noob Dragoon has been defeated by Satori. I was looking at the wrong side of the map, so something up here happened to cause... I'm guessing that Noob Dragoon got a little bit overzealous in his push. And Satori was able to wrap around and do some damage there. Man, I hate to see that. 2 players getting eliminated from the game. We do have some stingers coming in to try and tickle Retro Snow's comm a little bit, but it looks like there are some archers that'll be able to deal with this fast enough. So no permanent damage will be done on that side. Nano repair upgrade coming in for N293 up there in the north, who's been taking some territory but hasn't necessarily been pushing Satori 5803 super hard as of yet. And it looks like Gachik is going to start wheeling his way south to plug the hole and take over Rayquaza's old base here. Maybe he'll find some emeralds in there. I think that's the right Pokemon version. We have N293 working to attack on 2 fronts here, engaging Prince of Love here in the middle and Satori in the north. Doesn't look like he's necessarily going to get the better of either engagement, especially with Prince's comm coming in. Down here to the south, though, Retro Snow just continues kind of the unrelenting pressure of T1 spam and is also getting a T2 upgrade. Looking to set up a little fire base here with some flak, a buzzkill, and a shield. Prince of Love is just going balls out with his comm down the middle with assistance from Satori. These two really looking to double team the 1700 on the other team. Gonna try and limit the pro on the other team. And hello, down here, Gachik finds himself in somewhat of an awkward scenario. This is all T1 it looks like, and we have Gachik's own T1 looking to respond, but again, like, just look at the amount of pressure that's coming in from Retro Snow. He is really going for quantity over quality in units here. We have Ilshiva coming in to assist, and that Ilshiva will do a good amount of work. And I think Gachik will be okay. He just needs to keep retreating with his comm, and he'll be able to deal with it. And up here, N93 is getting beaten down by gunships. Air players scrambling to respond. But these are just interceptors, T1, and I think there is AA coverage from Prince of Love here in the middle, who is again pushing with his commander, where Satori's commander is back here where it's safe. And Prince of Love needs to be a little bit careful here. He could get himself surrounded by N293's forces. We'll see how it ends up going. Looks like the stingers are broken off and are trying to deal with the spam, helping Prince of Love to get himself out of this. The stingers are down. Interceptors did do their job there, and it looks like Prince of Love is going to be okay for now. That gun upgrade is it's a pretty difficult comm to deal with. You see T2 being brought up by him as well, with some is what I'm going to call any Seraphim unit that I don't know how to pronounce their name. So anything other than a Tham or an Ilshiva is just because There's not really a good way to explain what it is. We do have renegades coming in, so some opposing air action, and these renegades are really putting the hurt on Prince of Love here, and we are not seeing a response from Droom, so I think that Prince of Love is going to be ejected by N293 there in Tibet, as I'm sure thoroughly pissed off that he did not get credit for that kill. 293 is in a vulnerable position though. Stinger's coming in over the top, but Tibet's been on point with his interceptors so far, but they are actually nowhere to be seen. Maybe they got incinerated in the last explosion, so 293 is in a tight spot, getting some Corsair fire down as well. He does have a T2 mobile anti-air cannon coming in. I think he's gonna make it. Yeah, Corsairs are not going to be quite enough. Very good timing on these mobile T2 cannons. The two Stingers aren't going to do the job, unfortunately. There's too much air cover here. Satori has stopped all other production trying to trying to snipe N293, and Orange meanwhile has just really started wheeling towards the north, and Satori is in trouble. His expansions, at least. His comm, I believe, is safe. Nope, I take that back. His comm is in an incredibly vulnerable position up here. And he does have some railguns that should be able to keep these renegades off, but Retro Snow doing a great job of taking out his opponent and then exploiting the weakness that he's created on this side of the map. We're continuing to see that mass deficit widen up to 24,000. And Stinger's doing a really good job of kind of keeping the spam under control, but not quite enough. And Triads are good, but not against spam. They got that slow fire rate that they have to deal with. And this game has just been non-stop action for like the last 10 minutes. Another push coming in from N293 as well as Retro Snow, who is just really just going on an expedition across the map. We're starting to see movement from 000 as well. 000 with nano repair, gun upgrade, and T2 engineering suite on that comm. So that comm is not going to go down without a fight. Moving T1 spam into assist and put pressure on Gashik. Maybe he misspelled Kashyyyk. Maybe he's a Wookiee. You never know. Do have some Ilshivas mixed in, though. I take it back. Un-Ilshiva. A hero Ilshiva. We've seen in these casts how good these Ilshivas can be against T1 spam, so we'll see if Gashik is able to hold back this storm. Nope. I'm not thinking so. We got T2 PD being put down, as well as wall sections? No, T1 PD. So he's looking to set up like a layered defense there. More Ilshivas streaming in, and this will probably be enough Ilshivas as long as he keeps them moving and doesn't just sit under Zooey fire. These Ilshivas will probably be able to wipe up this spam coming in from 000, Retro Snow, and N293, who are just triple teaming the 500 rated player on Team 2's side. That's not very cricket of you, is it? Go pick on somebody your own size, man. Satori even pulling his comm to deal with it. Starting to see our first ASF out from Drume. And 000 just went ahead and dropped 2-point defense in Gashik's face. It has that gun upgrade, remember, and is overcharging into these Ilshivas, so not going to be the easiest thing to do to deal with this comm. Oi. That is a good hold from the 500 player in the middle. Down south, we have something. A mongoose? Yes, mongoose. Getting taken out by these T2 point defense that are almost killing him in one shot. And really, like, Retro Snow, this guy has no shame at all, reclaiming right off of Gashik's front door. We got Satori and Gashik have had about enough of this, I think, and are pulling both comms to try and hunt down 000 here. 000 has, as chunky as his comm is, he has gotten himself into a little bit of a pickle. Corsair's coming in over the top. So Tibet instantly responds. Some ASFs. That Corsair will die immediately. We haven't seen a whole lot from Droom or Tibet, just outside of just standard air coverage. They're both doing a good job just kind of holding down the fort on the air side, but none of them are doing things super crazy. But meanwhile, I'm just going to make you guys blind to this section of the map. Just there's so much reclaim that has been deposited on Gashik's doorstep there. And well, Mongoose just kind of walking in, so he doesn't even really have a great way to capture it. He needs to get some engineers out here and start reclaiming, retaking over this territory, setting up another fire base, etc. So that Retro Snow can't just keep like double teaming him. Retro Snow is one person, but is double teaming all on his lonesome. These Mongoose are great skirmish units too. Starting to threaten the air player as well. Gatling guns and rockets or grenade launchers, whatever these things are. They look like grenade launchers to me. I don't really know what this means. I bad play a 1 line, 2 is shit, a 100 cow. I'm not 100% sure what that means. I think it means that he doesn't want to be double teamed anymore. And Snow not letting up. Set up flapjacks down here. Starting to bang on this shield. Quasi still don't see a radar. Which is true, yeah. Radar is important, guys. I've talked about that in my tutorial videos. It's something I don't do a good job of. And obviously something that Gashik could benefit from here. We have Titans on the field for Snow, I believe, yeah. Titans, the T3 assault bots from the UEF, do a great job of dealing with spam. Fast moving, high fire rate. And they are shielded as well, but they're not very thick. They've only got 3,000, 2,600 hit points or so, so not great for toe-to-toe unless up against spam. So you're gonna need to see a couple more from Retro Snow to be able to break through this side. Man, really just Team 1 just focusing all power onto this one area. This is like Minas Tirith. This is where the enemy's blows will be the hottest. I haven't seen the Return of the King in a really long time, so you guys will forgive me for misquoting Gandalf there. And these guys really could just walk in the front door. This T2PD is not going to be able to stop them. Some Ilshivas back behind, but not going to be enough to deal with. The Parashields, the Mongoose, Titans, the Flapjacks, the Thams, and all other manner of craziness that is being brought to bear at Gashik's door here. We are seeing some Renegades to help. These guys will do work against T1. Do we have any skyboxers or for the Seraphim T2 mobile artillery? No, that doesn't look like it. So these renegades will be able to seemingly have unfettered access to destroy these bad guys. Sheik is getting in there with his commander. Things have gotten very quiet up here on the north. Everybody is trying to pick on the 500 player, which is not very sporting of them in the slightest. To be fair, he has weathered the storm very well. He's been hit pretty hard by multiple players at the same time, and he is doing admirably. He does need to build a radar, which Rayquaza continues to complain about in the chat, but by and large, he has done a fantastic job of holding this southern flank against 3 players at the same time. So I recognize the effort, and I applaud it, good sir. Man, and his team is not helping him at all, even stealing a mass extractor from him. It's just... That's not cool, guys. Not cool. Just because somebody's bad doesn't mean you get to treat them like dog shit. 'Cause I've been bad. I am still bad. Who am I kidding? Alright, so let's check in on the bases. Let's see what's going on in the bases. We've got a couple of T3 air factories cranking stuff for Tibet. He's looking to ring all of his mass extractors right now. We're not seeing, so we're seeing T3 on the core. We're not seeing T3 yet on the exterior yet, probably because he's going to ring them first. N293 is just cranking and is almost done with an Ethota. Now that's probably that is gonna break Team 2 unless they have a good answer. Retro Snow is just fearlessly put his T3 factory up here, and Prince of Love of saying chicken will come soon. We have Percival's being produced, so Percival's being the armored assault bots, much tankier but much smaller, much slower rate of fire than the Titans. So very good for dealing with tankier units, Gothams or anything like that. Rather large push coming to bear at Satori's base from N293. Bunch of Ilshivas, Zuis, Thams, a mixture of just about everything that the Seraphim commander has to offer. Pretty sure N293 just headbutt his keyboard and drug a box and said, alright, all of you guys, go that way. And that will be the end of Satori's hold outside of his base. Otham's as well coming in from 000. So 000 made the transition to T3 and is looking to set up another fire base here with some Zuthams. The Seraphim T2 static artillery. Could do with ringing those with some power generators. Also getting protected by N293's spam. The air player on this side has done, I think, a little better in the eco game. Yep, 180 mass per tick to 147, so Droom making a little bit better show of it on the economy side, but got a very large push coming in. You have static T1 point defense, a couple banks dealing with N293's push, Ilshivas, and a series of other threatening bots and land units. That's one bank down, another bank to follow. And I believe they have finally broken Kashyyyk here on the south. Moving his comment again to help these Zuis, unless he kills them off very quickly. And assuming N293 micros them correctly can cause some serious damage to the base. Targeting T2 power generator. And I would bet that the T2 HQ is next on the menu, and down it goes. So Kashyyyk operating almost exclusively with his comm. We have Gemini activity coming in from Tibet. Droom looking to respond, but of course not enabling the all-important stealth on the Gemini fighters. Man, that looks like an air battle that I would fight, where I just kind of do nothing with my aircraft and then the opposing, the enemy just styles all over me. I'm a terrible air player. I should have a video coming out about that pretty soon. It should be pretty funny. I've tried playing air a couple times, and it looks like Droom decides to bow out, Satori decides to bow out, leaving Kashyyyk, and I'm guessing this would have been, I'm guessing this is the end, and Kashyyyk is now to follow. Good game, well played, guys. Thoroughly enjoyable to watch everybody go at each other, and desync detected, but that's okay. All right, guys, we'll wrap it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning of the channel, it does mean, or at the beginning of the channel, yes, all the way back at the beginning of the channel. No, at the beginning of the video, it does mean a lot to me that you guys do watch and do enjoy this content. So let me know what you guys like to see. That can help me. It can help me guide what I'm supposed to make for you guys. If it's casting, I love doing casts. These are super fun. Send me your casts if you want to see yourself in a game. I would be so down to cast, because I have a couple people that send me games, but I don't want to just do the same people back to back to back to back to back. So if you've got a game that you want to see me cast, send it to me. Like, I will 100% be able to slot it into the queue, because there's only like one other game in the queue right now. So I genuinely do really enjoy this. Send me your games. If you guys like what you see, you know the drill. You guys aren't noobs to YouTube. So I'll go ahead and stop self-promoting here, and I really appreciate y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next one.